Andor Season 2 is shaping up to be a game changer for the Star Wars universe, but why is this scene from Episode 1 so important for the entire series leading up to Rogue One? Join me, Imperials Explained, as I break down the significance of this scene and what it means for the Galactic Empire. The opening to this scene shows the remote location of the Maltheen Divide, a secretive meeting place on the planet Ghorman, where Imperial officials convene to discuss and plan covert operations. Director Orson Krennic, as the chair of the meeting, swiftly points out the purpose and the secrecy of the supposed energy independence project to each Imperial in attendance. The political intrigue is characteristic of the Empire in this scene, and typical of previous Imperial meetings seen in Star Wars to date, such as the Bad Batch, Andor Season 1, and The New Hope. So what is the meeting all about? Krennic makes it clear to everyone in the room that they have been selected as part of the tightest of closed circles, and any security breach will be reported to Emperor Palpatine. The meeting's focus quickly turns to Ghorman's resources, in which the Empire requires a type of rock called Kalkite, found underneath the planet's surface. It is to be used to coat the reactor lenses, which we all know watching is really to develop the Death Star's super laser, and not for any fictitious independent reactors. This highlights the manipulative tactics aiming to incite unrest on Ghorman to justify Imperial intervention and exploitation of its resources. Krennic presses to the group the inhabitants of Ghorman will require handling with a firm hand to ensure no resistance rises. With the various attendees discussing the nature of acquiring the Kalkite and its destructive impact on the planet's integrity, this draws on the various officers and officials to discuss. But why are these particular military officers and officials required for the intended project on Ghorman? Let's start with the unidentified science officer who named the Kalkite. Typically, science officers, as part of the Galactic Empire's governmental structure, belong to several branches of the Imperial military, including the Army and the Navy. They were responsible for scientific research and technological development, which meant directing weapons development, biological and chemical warfare, starship engineering, and even research into the Force to support the goals of the Galactic Empire. Their expertise is essential for the Empire's military superiority, technological advancements, and its ability to control and dominate the galaxy through scientific means. However, their uniform is difficult to distinguish which military branch they serve, as they clearly don't have a rank plaque apart from 2 code cylinders, and all appear to wear a uniform design specification of either green or beige, black and white, depending on the nature of their assigned speciality and scientific projects. However, like Galen Erso, science officers will be given a military rank and a uniform within the structure. There are also 2 other science officers present at the meeting that don't speak. Next to speak is of course Major Partagaz of the Imperial Security Bureau. Like Dedra Meero, an ISB officer is responsible for maintaining internal security, ensuring that loyalty to the Emperor is upheld, and eliminating any threat or dissent within the Empire. The officer next to speak also holds the rank of Major, a division within the Imperial military structure responsible for overseeing and coordinating the Empire's ground-based military operations. The Army Operations Branch specifically focuses on the strategic and tactical deployment of Imperial forces on planetary surfaces during ground combat, and in this case overseeing planetary occupation. There are also 2 other Army Operations Majors present at the meeting but don't speak. The next officer to speak holds the Imperial Navy Line rank of Admiral. Their primary responsibility is overseeing fleet operations, ensuring the effectiveness of the Empire's naval forces, and in this case maintaining control of space to support the Empire's military objectives. The 2 Imperial officials who are invited to speak next are from the Ministry of Enlightenment. As part of the Emperor's New Order, it operates as the central organisation responsible for enforcing Imperial ideology, propaganda and control over the galaxy. It plays a key role in ensuring the loyalty of the Empire's citizens and maintaining the ideological purity of the Empire's goals. Through censorship, education and indoctrination, the ministry helps spread Imperial doctrine and suppress any dissenting opinions that may threaten the Empire's rule. Essentially, it upholds the Emperor's totalitarian regime and keeps the galaxy under its thumb. In this case, they have been selected by Krennic to maintaining the mental and cultural control of the Empire's population in the light of the plan for Ghorman. None of these officers know the real plan. Like I mentioned in my last video on Project Stardust, they are all given their parts to play without knowing the full scope. However, having all this knowledge and expertise to help plan the operation on Ghorman, this enables the Empire to further the Emperor's objective for the ultimate prize, which is of course the Death Star. If you have any thoughts or theories, be sure to share in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Star Wars content. And if you're interested in more deep dives into Star Wars lore, be sure to check out my other video on the secrecy of Project Stardust. As always, thanks for watching, and long live the Empire.